say about a family member. It's my daughter-in-law, Georgia. She loves the Lord with all her heart and believes and knows exactly what happens after death, or rapture for that matter. And her father has been given about 2 months to live. He has cancer, and he's not saved. And she is mourning, and she's desperately seeking something, some advice, a Bible verse. What could she give when she brings it up to him? He says, I don't have time for this nonsense. And she's hurting so bad. And I myself struggle with what to do exactly whenever somebody turns you down. I'm not the best at that yet. I feel like I have to defend Jesus and the cross, but that's not going to work with him. And I just wanted to see if you guys have, in your experience, what's the best way to address that, to bring it up, to put something in front of him, or a verse, or what should we say?
Your thoughts?
It's difficult. I've literally had people, not often, usually if you ask somebody if you can pray for them, for instance, they'll let you, especially if they're going into, say, surgery. And I went to minister to one man who was going into major open heart surgery. And I asked him if he minded if I prayed for him. And he said, I'd rather you not. Well,
wow,
that was unusual because, you may not come out of this surgery, but you don't want prayer. And he was not a Christian either. So that was unusual. Usually, if you say to somebody, would you mind if I prayed for you? Or is there anything I can pray with you about?
Yeah.
It opens a door. And I would suggest, Siobhan, maybe taking that approach. Dad, the situation, what the doctors have said. So is there anything, since I do believe in prayer, I believe in the power of prayer, and I believe that God hears me, and it would mean a lot to me if I could pray for you. Is there anything I can pray with you about? Sometimes that opens a door that simply approaching somebody with the gospel doesn't open. If they're really resistant to the gospel, I went out last weekend. Our church did an outreach, and we went out in twos, and we covered almost 350 businesses in my area. It was a team of people out of our church. We went to about 350 businesses, went into the businesses, and instead of going in there to, quote, share the gospel outrightly, we went in and thanked them for the job they were doing and for contributing to, the economy of our town, of our city, and to thank them for what they do. It was amazing how walls fell down pretty quick. And then just saying to them, is there anything I can pray with you about? Well, there were very few that didn't give us something, because no matter where you stand, if somebody says, can I pray for you? It's very hard to say no to that. And, everybody has something they want God to do. So it could be, Siobhan, that taking that approach, Dad, is there anything I can pray with you about? I really want to pray. It would mean a lot to me as your daughter to lift up a prayer for you. Is there anything on your heart? And just see if that doesn't open a door. And if that doesn't, then it's a matter of prayer and really silent love, being there to the end, and seeing if God doesn't open a door in the next 2 months in some other way.